Tony Tone Show on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. Joining me on the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline, you've seen our next guest in movies like The Hangover, playing Mr. Chow. He was in Ride Along 2 with Ice Cube and Kevin Hart, and you can watch him tonight and each and every Friday, 7:30 Central. Dr. Ken is on ABC, and Ken Jeong is on the phone right now. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Tony.
Welcome back to the great state of Iowa.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, man.
You're the greatest person on Twitter ever because you retweet when I say you're going to be on the show, and then I get more followers, so I feel like I owe you money or a high five or a hug or both or all three.
No, I appreciate you having me on and spreading the word, so it goes both ways.
Well, it's the least we can do because the first time I guess we talked, Dr. Ken was just getting ready to roll, and now it's a hit, Ken. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, man, and that's why I'm calling in today, because tonight's episode is the best episode we've ever done, and it's based on my life as a doctor taking care of patients with terminal disease, and also my wife, who's a breast cancer survivor, still cancer-free. In the show, Ken takes care of his favorite patient, a Don Rickles type of comedian who cancer has returned, and Ken has to tell this person that he can't perform his final show. And it's really moving, and it's really genuine, and it's not, what I love about the episode, it's so not preachy, where you have these special episodes, especially in a multi-camera format, and where you have a live audience, where it comes off like if you're going to do something sentimental, you sacrifice the jokes. And what I actually liked is, because the character's a comedian, you have to write more jokes in that particular episode to service the story. So there's a lot of heartfelt, moving things where Ken is basically telling the patient he's dying while you're hearing the patient do like Vegas hooker jokes, and things like that. So it very much is like for lack of a better word, a Judd Apatow-inspired kind of story,
right,
where he blends it so well, where he blends kind of real life, tragedies with hard funny, and I'm really proud of this episode, and the writers and the actors really pulled it off.
Well, what I'll say about Dr. Ken is that the show has a lot of substance, and it is very funny, but I also feel like I have taken away a lot from it, and I appreciate that. Like, it's a smart, well-done show. So I think that tonight's episode, while it is going to be maybe a little heavy, it could also be very effective in helping people understand that, sometimes in dire situations, finding a little bit of comic relief can be therapeutic, right?
Absolutely. I mean, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer and we were going through chemotherapy, I mean, and everyone's different, but, me and my wife just privately, we would just tell a lot of dark humor that I can't really say on the radio. It was just, you go hardcore just to kind of deal with the stress of it. So everyone has different ways of dealing with stress and different kinds of jokes. But no, we went real dark, but that was just a way to cope, And it's definitely, you definitely see areas of that here. But it's, if anything, this one is even sweeter, because this is not really inspired by my story or by my wife's story. It's what I love about it, the writer of this episode infused his own sensibilities into it. The comic calls his cancer Charlene, named after his ex-wife, because both entities brought him like miserable pain and suffering. So there's a lot of. I just love this episode so much because it read like a movie script, and it was just really well done, and it was just simple and funny, and just like, I don't know, like literally it's not only my favorite episode ever, it's one of my favorite moments in my career, because I don't know, I just words can't express how much I love this episode, and you'll laugh and you'll cry and everything in between. It'll be really nice.
Well, we're definitely going to watch tonight on ABC. And Ken, it seems like that with Dr. Ken and the success and the response that fans have had across the country and across the globe, probably, I mean, you have to really be enjoying this run with the TV show. And I know that for a lot of people that television can be stressful and getting things to take off, but people have embraced it.
Well, you're too kind. Thank you for saying that. No, it's definitely, it's always stressful when you're this is my first time leading a TV show, and not only a lead actor, which is stressful in of itself, but I'm also an executive producer and co-creator and one of the writers. So and then the head promoter of the show. So there's a lot of stuff on my shoulders, but but you're right. Having said it, man, it's like I was just talking to my showrunner yesterday, and we're editing some episodes right now, and we're just like, man, no matter how stressful it gets, it's the best job in the world, dude. It really is, and it sounds so cliched. And I mean, I even have fun in the stressful moments.
Right. I think that's when you can tell, Ken, that you love what you're doing, though, because you're so entrenched that like you said, even those tense and stress moments, you just, it's almost like, because I feel the same way with this radio station, like we're not corporately owned, and I have my hands in a lot of things, and my stress level's high, but I also get to reap. It's such an organic thing that we get to do here. And for your show, you're right. I mean, it'd be different if you were just like a support actor, but man, you really have a lot of skin in the game, I guess.
Yeah, no, you're right. I told my showrunner yesterday, like, I think part of me just craves the drama of it, craves even the stressful moments. Like, there's a wish fulfillment. Oh my God, I'm here I am just handling my TV show in a bunch of Hollywood stress. That's still. That's still freaking cool.
Right.
It's still like, oh my goodness, we got a deadline to catch.
Right.
On the edit, we got to do this. We got to get this song cleared. What are we going to do? It may never happen. That's the coolest thing ever.
And that's like all the stuff that people don't understand. They just watch Dr. Ken at 7:30 on ABC Central for us, and I appreciate all the behind the scenes stuff because I know that it takes a lot of work and blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. I mean, it takes a village, like you said, to get these things on the air. So that leads me to my next question. With how much work is going on into Dr. Ken, and obviously we're seeing that each week with the great episodes, are you finding that it's harder to get free time to do movies or voiceovers or other projects?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. I mean, this is the first time this is the first time in my career I've kind of put off other projects to really focus on the show, like even when we're not filming. Well, you're not filming anymore. You can slide right into a movie. Well, no, I can't because I'm in the edit bay after I get off the phone with you guys. Then I have to edit, the next 2 episodes of the show, and also have to, like you said, get a song. Like I was saying before, get a song cleared. Make all the phone calls, that any producer would call, and those occupy weeks, much less a day. So. It's true. Like this show has been all-consuming, and I love it. I mean, because this is the first. Like when I was on doing Community for 6 years, I did 3 Hangover movies in between.
Wow! Right.
So it was that was pretty cool because I could. But at the same time, I was although the Hangover gave me a career, it's the only reason why I have a show, much less. Talk to you multiple times to promote my show.
Sure.
It's so consuming that I love it because I really, like you said, I have a lot of skin in the game, and I think the more skin you have in the game, the more passionate you're going to be, and you're going to learn more. I've learned so much in the last 12 months, and these are valuable life lessons because I want to continue to produce my own projects and create my own content, and in order to do that, it's so stressful and it's so hard, and you learn to savor the small victories. Like I think just getting a pilot made, even if this Dr. Ken didn't go to series, just getting a pilot made with your name on it based on your life is a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely.
And then to do 22 episodes, we just wrapped production last Tuesday. I mean, to do 22 episodes that has your name on it, I mean, like that. I can take with me for the rest of my life. It's really hard, and if you care about it, and want to do it really well, it's even harder. So, I think the coolest thing is that everyone on set and behind the scenes know that. I mean, basically, I lead by example. I'm not a big rah-rah Newt Rockney, kind of guy. I don't do a lot of rallying cries, but I just work my tail off, and everyone just follows suit. And, I think my co-star, Jonathan Slavin, who plays my nurse Clark, he said it best. He goes, Ken, as a boss, all he cares about is if you work hard. If you give it your all like Ken's doing, he's cool about it. He just doesn't care how talented you are, how brilliant you are. It doesn't matter. If everyone just works hard, that's the most important thing. That's better than being brilliant and lazy,
Right.
He just wants everyone to work, have the same passion that he does, that works hard. As long as you don't phone it in, he's cool. It doesn't have to be perfect. He's cool.
Well, let me tell you, it's coming through each week. And Ken, I know you're busy and you got to go and do more of these interviews. Listen, have a great weekend. Thank you for Dr. Ken. The show's fantastic. 7:30 Central tonight on ABC. I'll be watching. I know everybody listening will, and you're always welcome back on this radio show.
Thanks for supporting me from day one, man. I appreciate it, brother.
You're welcome, Ken. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Absolutely.
Take care. Bye.